exciting review of the 48 Laws of Money by Victor Okal. So in this video, we're going to review 3 out of these 48 laws. We've come a long way. So we'll cover law 40, 41, and 42 in this review. Now let's get right into it. Law 40 says build multiple streams of income. I'm sure you have heard that several times, but have you done it? Are you building multiple streams of income, or have you built multiple streams of income already? Miguel de Cervantes says don't put all your eggs in one basket. When it comes to money, you do not put all your money in one basket. It is very, very important to diversify your income sources. Money must be coming in for you from the front, from the back, from the left, and from the right, so that if anything happens to one source of income, you still have others to fall back on, to come to your rescue. But if you have one source of income, it is like sitting on a one-legged chair. If that one leg breaks, that is the end. You're going to fall down, right? So don't rely on only a single stream of income. It is too risky, especially in an joy. Please close the door. Especially in an unpredictable economy. Right. So this is a strategy for building wealth, financial freedom, and happiness. That is diversifying your income sources. Job security is not certain. Companies can retrench, they can downsize. Anybody can lose his or her job at any time. Businesses may not do well as expected. So if you rely on just one source, what if anything happens? Well, we may say God forbid. But these are the realities of life. The people that have their income sources cut off unexpectedly, they did not offend God, right? So we have to be prepared, because anything can happen. Life can be so unpredictable, and you don't want to be financially miserable. So what are the strategies for creating multiple income streams? Number one is through investing. You can invest in different portfolios, stocks, real estate, and so on. Just put your money into different things, and you're going to be getting passive income. So having multiple streams of income does not mean you have to be at 4 places of work at the same time. For example, at 3 places of work or at 6 places of work. No, it may mean that you are actively doing one job, but then you have other sources of passive income. You don't have to be actively there. It doesn't need your presence, maybe not at all, or very minimally. So passive income, you are not actively working for such income. It is passive. It doesn't require your attention. Some require very little attention from you. Some require your presence maybe once in a while. Some do not require your presence at all, like stocks. You just put your money and it works for you even while you sleep, right? You can also think of a side hustle. Yes. And there are so many ways that you can come up with side hustles. What is that skill that you have? You can use it to make money. You can monetize your knowledge, monetize your skill, monetize your experience. Nothing is a waste in this world, not even in these days, in this digital age. Nothing is a waste. You have gone to school, fine. You have a 9-to-5 job, fine. But what of those other things that you know? You can sing. Why don't you start singing? Why don't you start getting gigs, weekend gigs that can bring extra money into your hands? You are a teacher. You only want to go to the classroom Monday to Friday. What about online tutoring? What about private coaching? People will pay for all these things. If you have any value to offer it. You don't worry about whether anybody will pay or not. When people get value, they will definitely pay. Yes. So look for a side hustle. You cannot have skill, experience, knowledge, and all of that, and you rely on only your business or your 9-to-5 job. No. You can be writing. You may be good at video editing. So many content creators these days, they need editors. They need people that will help them do research and come up with very captivating content. Monetize your skill. If I'm to monetize all the skills that I have, I'm going to be making a lot of money, right? Number 3, passive income streams. Consider investment that generate passive income. Like I said before, you don't have to be there. Maybe you have built shops somewhere. You are collecting rental income from them, or your stocks are paying dividends. You just earn money even while you sleep without actively working. Robert Kiyosaki is the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he himself had multiple streams of income. He successfully built it. He started with a traditional job, and while he was on those jobs, I remember one of the ones, the stories that he told, that he was working with, it's not IBM, Xerox, yes. They were selling photocopiers and all of that. He would go from door to door. He was marketing. He was doing it aggressively because he had a goal in mind. He wanted to use that money to start his own business. He worked in different places with different organizations, but he had a goal. Eventually, he created educational courses. He developed a series of board games that teach financial literacy. He invested in real estate. He invested in different things, right? So the ability to generate income from various sources empowers you as an individual. It gives you a safety net. It is a form of security. It gives you freedom. It helps you maintain your dignity. Nobody can threaten you that we're going to fire you if you don't give in to our demands, and these demands are not in line with your values. But because you don't have a choice, where will your next meal come from if they sack you? So you give in to it. You are a child of God, but you accept all kinds of things that are thrown at you. You lower your standard. You sin against God because you want to get that paycheck, right? Don't do that to yourself. Have a goal. Sarah Barkley is a good example of what we're talking about. The founder of Spanx. She developed a shapewear brand while she was still working a full-time job. And over time, this business grew into $1 billion company. Take a cue from her. Let's go to the next one. Law 41. Jeremiah, please excuse me. Law 41 says, spend on what truly matters. And Will Rogers has something to tell us. He says, too many people spend money. Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want, to impress people they don't like. I hope you don't fall into this category. So this law is emphasizing the importance of intentional spending. If you don't need it, don't buy it. If it is of no value to you, don't buy it. Save your money for better things. So you have to prioritize how you spend your money. What are you spending money on? Maybe this is a good time to review those things that are taking money away from you. And every month you're like, how did I spend this money? What did I buy? You cannot track your expenses because you're really buying those things that do not add value to you. You are gathering material things that will fade 1 month from now, 1 week from now. You want to buy the next one. You don't, just because you want to impress people, you want to keep up with the Joneses. You just want to appear rich. A lot of people appear rich, but they are not wealthy. Once you strip them of all the jewelry and blings and expensive clothes and shoes that they are wearing, that is all that they own. Nothing. No assets anywhere. No stocks anywhere. Nothing to fall back on. It is a big mistake, right? Don't be materialistic. It often leads to regret. Don't spend your money on things that don't contribute to your happiness or well-being. Spend your money on experiences, those things that increase the quality of your life. All these things that we're wearing, they are good, they are important. But if you spend so much on it to the detriment of the things that really, really, really matter, then it is a big mistake. Meaningful purchases can enhance your life. Don't give in to the culture that is ongoing today, the trends of consumerism. We just acquire different possessions, different material things, luxuries that are not getting us anywhere. Some people would rather buy hair of hundreds of thousands of naira, but there is nothing upstairs, no single course, no single book on self-growth, no single book or material on self-development. You don't want to keep wearing expensive wigs or hair or clothes on. You know what I'm about to say, right? So we really have to be wise, be intentional. Don't overspend on things that don't matter. Now, this is where you need to evaluate your goals, your values. What are the things that matter to you? There's a story of a couple here who would rather spend their money on travel. They were busy gathering experiences around the world. They were creating memories. Those are the things that matter to them. It brought them so much joy and happiness, so much well-being. They will forgo all the luxury items, and maybe they lived in a modest house and all of that. That is what mattered to them. So you to think of what matters to you. Focus on high quality items that serve a purpose rather than filling your life with cheap disposable goods. If you have the money, buy a few quality stuff that will serve you instead of piling your closet with 10 pairs of shoes that are so cheap and inferior, such that you have to be changing them from time to time. Every 3 months they have pulled out, they have become worn out, and all of those things. Right, you need to work on your satisfaction. Prioritize those things that bring you happiness, freedom. Determine what truly matters to you, and align your spending with your values. Maybe education is important to you. Spend on that. If you are educated, you know that money will flow to you. If you know how to put your education to good use your money to acquire skills that will stay with you forever. Warren Buffett says the best investment is the investment that you make in yourself. Your clothes can go, your shoes can get worn out, your house can, anything can happen. But those things that you have invested in yourself, nobody can take it away from you. If you leave Nigeria to America, you take them along. But if your clothes is full of clothes, shoes, material things, there is a limit to how many things you can travel with. You have excess luggage and they become liability. They will ask you to pay for the excess luggage because you want to be carrying material things around. And when you get to the country that you are going to, those things do not matter to you anymore. You want to do shopping for new set of clothes and all of that. It has happened to me. The first time I was going to South Africa, I packed so many things. In fact, clothes, shoes, and everything. By the time I got there and I started entering shops, I started going to malls. All the things I took from Nigeria were like rags, you know. Another race began. I was shopping for new set of clothes and shoes, right? But somebody that goes with a skill, that goes with some knowledge, they get there, they monetize it. That money will produce more money for them. You understand what I'm trying to say? So let us spend our money on what truly matters. Let us spend our money intentionally. Now let's go to Law 42. It says, beware of fees and hidden costs. There are so many unspoken words, statements when we are signing terms and agreements, right? Or when we are buying things, gray lines, things that are intentionally hidden or that are rephrased in a way that you may not understand on a surface level. So if you don't pay attention to these things, they will just tell you that you have to pay these fees. Those fees may look very small at the beginning, but consider the effects of compounding over time, and they accumulate into big fees. If you are investing, for example, and they want to be removing 1% administrative fees, advisory fees, this fees, that fees, over time, maybe you invest for 40 years, calculate the compound effect of all of that. So read through the lines. That is why you must not be in a hurry to sign any terms and conditions. Right. It still happened to me this evening. I went to buy burger. I told them put cheese. They didn't tell me that the cheese will cost extra 2,400 naira. And it was when I got my bill, I was like, but this burger cost, this amount. Why this extra two for? They're like, oh, you asked for cheese. Like, why did you not tell me? Is it because I gave you my card to take money from? What if that is all the money I have on me and I gave you cash, So we really have to ask questions. It is always easy to point at things. Oh, give me that, give me this. Of course, they will give you, but your bank account will tell you later. So let us be very, very aware. It all boils down to intentionality. Don't be quick to point at things. Don't be quick to put your money into things that you don't understand. Look at the example of these two investors, Tom and Lisa. They both invested $10,000 in the stock market with an average annual return of 7%. But Tom chose a mutual fund with a 1% management fee, while Lisa opted for a similar fund with no fees. Now, over 30 years, Tom's investment grew to approximately $574,000, while Lisa's investment grew to around $761,000. Look at the difference. The difference is a whopping $187,000. The 1% management fees that Tom is paying has accrued to $187,000 over 30 years. That is a lot. That is a whole lot. So let us beware. Now, what are the strategies to minimize fees? Shop around. Before you put your money into any investment, ask questions around. Maybe there is a company that will offer it at a lower price. The same quality, same returns, but no hidden fees, no management fees, no advisory fees, no administrative fees. Then you compare. You go for the one with the lowest fees. Maybe one is collecting 1.5%, another one wants 0.5%. Same everything except for the fees. Then you go for the one of 0.5%. The number two is to understand fees structures. Familiarize yourself with them. How are the fees charged? What are the services you are paying for? Know what the deductions are for. This will empower you to negotiate and make informed decisions. So many things are negotiable in life. Nothing is cast in stone. You can negotiate. I'm telling you this from experience. Number three, consider index funds. Index funds are managed passively. When you put your money in an index fund, it is invested into different stocks. Unlike when you put your money into stocks that have to be actively managed. So that is where you'll be having all kinds of fees deducted. But index funds are passively managed, and then the fees are very low compared to funds that are actively managed, right? And index funds also provide broad market exposure, minimal cost, minimal fees, and all of that. So what we're talking about is that you should be intentional or be aware of costs and their impact on wealth accumulation. They may look very small, but over time, they accumulate and they affect the amount of money you're supposed to get in return. They affect, your wealth building capacity. Thank you so much. That'll be all for this review. Don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me, and please subscribe to this channel in case you are yet subscribed. I remain Olade Agbaje, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. We'll come together on Monday by God's grace as we review 3 other laws from the 48 laws of money. Try and catch up if you're still behind. We're almost at the end. Yes, almost at the climax. We're almost done. Right. In 2 or 3 reviews, we'll be done. Take care. Have a fantastic weekend and be intentional. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.